with evidence and moved a vehicle. I think he was father of one of the defendants today. I have, prior to learning that I was going to be, on jury duty this month, I of course read the articles about the case. I do know that the boyfriend was the initial suspect in the case, but initially they didn't make any evidence against him. I think until the FBI got involved in the case, I think someone at the office also mentioned that the prisoner's father was killed under suspicious circumstances during a hunting accident in the vicinity of where the vehicle was found. So, like I say, I've tried to avoid learning too much about it, but
it sounds like you know quite a bit about this case.
Okay.
And a lot of this may not come into evidence. Could you be a fair and impartial jury, knowing what some of this information that you've disclosed here today?
I think I could. I haven't formulated an opinion.
You say I think.
Yes, I can be a fair and impartial jury. Yes.
Let me see if the attorneys have any questions. Vince, have any questions?
Yeah, my concern, and only you mentioned is you have knowledge that I have about suspicions about what happened to Roger's father, but it's not going to be evidence in this case. Obviously, as an attorney, you understand
I understand that. Yes.
If there's any way that's in the back of your mind when you do this, because that you have something that we would fight tooth and nail to keep out of evidence, and you understand how this works. And
I understand. I can certainly try to do that.
And that's
a human being, and
that's my concern.
I can't erase my memory. So
I think that out of abundance of caution, I'm going to go ahead and share that you're excused. Thank you for letting us know this information.
Thank you.
It's 116. 92.
Before we start this one, before the lady that had what was her name? I'm sorry. Thank you.
Are you Mallory Ritchie? Miss Ritchie, you had wrote down that you heard about the case. Where did you get your information from?
Facebook, social media.
Okay. And was it news or was it some friend or somebody
No,
posted? It's
media.
news. Okay. So do you know which news media it was?
I know the guy's name. Brennan Kane.
Okay, so I think he's with WBKO.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So you saw things that he posted on there. What do you remember reading about?
Honestly, nothing off the top of my head. I remember listening to like a podcast as well, like on Spotify, but I don't remember the name of it or anything.
So you listened to a podcast. How long was this podcast that you listened to?
I don't know, probably over an hour.
Like over an hour. How long ago was it when you listened to this podcast?
It's been a while. I don't know, a long time ago.
You say a while. We're talking more than a year or two ago?
No, it's been less than a year.
Been less than a year. Okay. What did you learn on this podcast?
Nothing. It was just they interviewed with Houck, maybe. And I just listened to the interview of it.
So you listened to an interview. Do you remember any of the details from that interview? Okay. Do you remember any of the details about the case from what you listened to?
No.
Okay. Do you know any other sources of information besides WBKO that you've got information from this podcast? Have you got any information from the other sources?
No.
Okay. Have you talked to anybody about this case? Okay. If you were chosen as a jury, could you make your decision based solely upon the evidence that's presented in this courtroom? And whatever you've read before or listened to would have no impact on that. Okay. Does counsel have any questions for that?
Did you say you only listened to one podcast or just one?
Yeah.
Right?
I think she said it was a little over an hour.
Yeah, and I got that. And then WBKO, did you get news alerts on your phone?
For the weather, but not for the news.
Okay, so it's separate. Some headlines to.
You said podcast. Do you remember what it was called?
No, I don't. No, I don't remember. It's been a while.
Just about
so.
this case?
Yes, yeah, I was just down.
You don't remember any specifics
No.
of it?
And
I think you heard Brooks talk on the
Yes,
podcast.
yeah. And I only heard it because I was driving to Lexington and I seen the sign on the side of the parkway. And I just listened to it from there, so that was good.
Thank you.
I'll be back at 1:30 in this courtroom, and they'll help you get on the backside.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was 92. Next.
131.
And your name is April.
Yes.
And how's your last name pronounced?
Yurchison.
Okay, you're just. And ma'am, where did you get your information about the case?
Just on the news and stuff.
When you say the
Okay.
news, which news is this?
The WBKO 13 local here.
And is this watching on TV or is this online or both?
On the TV.
On the TV.
Yeah.
And what do you remember seeing on the TV?
Just about the case about her, Crystal Rogers going missing, the suspect, who was suspected of it, and just different things. Like, I saw once that they were doing new searches and stuff recently, so
So you saw they were doing searches. Do you know any other details?
no,
Have you got any information other than from WBKO?
no,
Have you talked to anybody about the case or with any conversations?
No.
Listened to any podcasts or anything like that?
no.
So your only information is WBKO.
Yeah,
If you were chosen as a juror on this case, could you make your decision based solely upon the evidence as presented in this court?
yes,
I need you to be back at 1:30. They'll help you get on the backside and come back in the same way you did this morning.
Okay.
Well, she's here for us to ask some additional questions.
Sure, go ahead.
So, has Mike ever talked to you about this case?
my husband. No.
Okay. So you have no idea if there's any involvement with the U.S. Attorney's Office or that's all?
My husband is tight-lipped.
Tight lips.
As far as the WBKO, you have the app or the news notifications?
No, just the TV.
That's all.
Too many notifications on my phone.
Can you see it from 1:30, ma'am? 1:30. Thank you. Next.
57.
Did you say 57?
57.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Timothy Jerkowitz.
Perfect. Okay. Where did you get your information about the case?
So I lived in Lexington from 2011 till 2022. So local news, also crime, true crime podcasts, and honestly, that's about it.
When you say, so did you listen to a true crime podcast? Once?
Like, and that's the thing, is like one time, it was Crime Junkies, and that particular one, they were trying to tie a bunch of different cases in the area together. Honest to God, my first time with any of it was driving down the Bluegrass Parkway and seeing a missing person sign. And I kind of stayed with me for years because I drive back and forth between Owensboro and Lexington, seeing my family. So just general knowledge of the area and stuff like that.
So what was the podcast? Do you remember what they were talking about?
I honestly, I cannot remember. I believe it had something to do, because like I said, they were trying to put a bunch of different things together, and like they mentioned Officer Ellis's case from some time back.
Okay.
I want to say there was another like family, 2 families or something like that went missing. And like I said, they focused, I believe they focused on the Crystal Rogers case, but they were trying to pull everything together, and that's why I was just like, oh, okay, alrighty. Didn't take much away from that.
Okay. How long ago was it when you listened to that?
I mean, it'd have to be about 5 years, I want to say, because I do believe it was before COVID, or it may have been during. But I want to say it was probably about 2019, 2020, somewhere around there.
And you're the only person that can answer this. I know you've been exposed to that. Will you have any problem disregarding whatever you heard prior to this trial and just making your decision based solely on the evidence that's in this court? Can you do that?
I'd like to say yes. I also know I can't recall everything I've heard from this. I have a feeling, I could hear something start that recall
And
process.
you're the only person that can
No,
answer-
absolutely. And I was thinking about this earlier, is this going to cause me any issue to say, well, wait a minute, I heard this and this wasn't brought up, and then I start weighing that.
So do you think there's a possibility that you cannot be fair and impartial?
Yeah.
I appreciate your honesty, sir.
Yeah.
Your excuse, you don't have to come back.
Okay.
I hope you get out the backside. 57.
16.
Come on up, sir. Charles Cole, is that correct? And sir, where did you get your information about this case?
NPR, driving to work in the morning.
NPR. And what did they say on NPR about the case?
Just what he alleged to have done.
Can you tell us what you heard, what you recall?
That he alleged to have had murdered Crystal Rogers.
Okay.
Alleged to have disposed of her body.
Okay.
That's what he had been charged with.
Okay. So you just heard what he was charged with?
Yeah, I really vacillated between 2 and 3 because I don't really know anything other than that.
Okay.
You know, but
Do you know any other specifics about the case?
no, not really.
And so you heard that on NPR. Have you
Yeah.
heard about it anywhere else on any other source?
I don't know. I don't have social media.
You don't have social media, okay. You're probably happier person because of that.
I believe so.
I believe so too. Any other knowledge about the case?
The only other thing I know is just being part of the jury pool for this month is the other accomplice has already been tried and convicted here.
Okay, so you know that there was somebody tried and convicted
That's
here.
the only other fact that I know.
Do you know who that person was?
No.
Do you know anything about the case or the evidence that was presented in that case? If you were chosen as a juror on this case, could you make your decision based solely on the evidence that's presented in this courtroom?
Undoubtedly.
Any questions?
The fact that you know someone else was convicted of our clients in a case of not guilty, is there certain you can put that out of your mind because it has to be something very different than they happened in that trial?
I am certain. And that should have no bearing. It's the facts presented here.
Okay, appreciate that, sir. I need you back up here at 1:30. We'll help you get out on the backside and come back the same way you did
Yes.
this morning, 1:30.
48.
Judge, we make a motion.
I'll move your motion. I'm satisfied with these answers. I'll show that you have joined. And for the record, that was number 16 that we were talking about.
Yes, sir.
Are you number 48?
Yes, sir.
And your name is Mr. Hope?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Hope, where did you hear about it, or where did you get your information about this case?
Basically.
Do you watch on TV, or online, or both? Both. Okay. And what information did you get from WBKO?
Well, I know the basis of the story. Mr. Lawson, one of Mr. Lawson's girls,
Okay. Do you know what he was convicted of?
conspiracy to murder,
Okay.
tampering with evidence.
Do you know anything about the evidence that was presented during that case? Okay. Have you gotten any other information from any other source? Remember when it happened? You heard that on the news? Okay. We all were. Based upon what you have learned up to this point, could you set all that aside and make your decision based solely on the evidence that's presented in the courtroom here today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see if they have any questions. You don't want? Sure. Sorry, didn't mean to leave you out.
No, that's right. You said you knew the basis of the story. So, is it anything more than what when the judge read out the facts? Your description, do you know more than that?
It's been obviously big at the time.
Right.
So what's the story for any specifics of this?
Like I said, I know what the story was about previous Mr. Lawson. I don't know the evidence they presented. I know they found him guilty. Trying to think. I read a little bit on the internet. WBKO, WBKY.
What did you know?
Basically the disappearance of the person. And then they had some suspects.
How do you think it might, if it does, how do you think it might impact you when someone else has been tried and convicted?
I have found in life that people roll over and leave the in the courtroom, and that evidence only would be what I would determine.
Be back up here at 1:30 in this
1:30.
courtroom, they'll help you get out on the backside, okay?
Okay, so back on the same line.
Yeah, they'll tell you to get out, we'll come back in here at 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm assuming, Mr. Coleman, you're joining me in that motion?
Yes.
Based upon the answers that were given, the court's going to find that you're going to hear this case.
41.
41. Are you Elizabeth Hall? Miss Hall, where did you get your information about this case?
There was a coworker at work that discussed some minor details.
Did you get any information besides anybody at work anywhere else? Okay, so what did the coworker at work say?
She said that they're still witnessing. The body has not been found. What is a suspect? Actually, what happened? Placed in Bardstown, there's a car. Was that
The car found. You know any other details besides what you told me?
No, sir.
This was a coworker at work?
Yes.
How long did your conversation last for? Did you have this conversation? Just a few minutes. How long ago was that conversation?
Maybe a month ago.
A month ago?
Yeah.
Any other information that you know about this case?
No, sir.
If you were chosen on this jury, could you make your decision based solely upon the evidence that's presented in this courtroom?
Yes, sir.
And that conversation would have no impact. Would that be correct?
Yes, sir.
Very good, ma'am. I need you back at 1:30 in this courtroom to help you get out on the backside, okay?
Judge, can we call in first for questions?
Okay.
Yeah, so, you said you had a
Get
conversation with
lunch, make it.
coworkers or?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what prompted that conversation?
She was visiting with them. I lived in Louisville, and she was something to her since Lawson to them.
And would you? Okay, thank you. That's all. Appreciate it.
See you at 1:30. Next.
88.
All right, are you Mr. Price?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Price, where did you get your information about this case?
I just heard it on TV.
When you say on TV, which TV station were you watching?
Tell you the truth, it's been 10 years, ain't it? I don't remember.
Okay, so you heard something about the case
Yeah.
on the news. Do you remember what you heard on the news?
I think she had left. If it's the same case I'm thinking about, she had left. He said she didn't come back or something, and then he hid some evidence or something. That's all I really remember. But
So you heard somebody hid some evidence. Do you know anything about what kind of evidence was hidden?
not really now.
Not really now.
I'm 72 years old. I remember yesterday.
Okay, so have you heard from anything else, any other source about this case
No.
besides what you heard on the news? And you did that was a long time ago. what you
Yeah,
heard.
yeah.
Have you seen anything on the news here recently about this
No.
case? Okay. If you were chosen on this jury, could you make your decision based solely
No.
on the evidence that's presented in this court?
I think so.
Would anything that you've heard on the news play any impact to that?
Not that I
When you say, I think so.
Yeah,
is it-
yeah.
Yes, you can do that. Okay,
Yeah.
like that's, when you say, I think so, that leaves, maybe you think you couldn't, so I'm asking there, so.
Yeah,
So
right.
you can definitely do
Yeah.
that. Okay. Any questions from council?
Yes, sir.
We need you back at 1:30 in this courtroom to help you get on the back, come back in the same way you did this morning, 1:30.
Okay.
118.
Are you Susan Wheeler? Miss Wheeler, where did you get your information about this case?
Just I follow a lot of true crime stuff, so I've seen things on YouTube or one of the reporters, Shay McAllister, or some of the stuff she's posted and stuff.
So have you been following Miss McAllister?
No, yeah, I mean I have. I don't see everything she posts. I'll look her up, but if she pops up on my Facebook or something, I'll usually watch her.
So whenever she posts something, it will pop up on your Facebook?
Sometimes I don't really know how all the algorithms work, but I don't know.
And
if
you said
they're-
did you listen to some type of true crime podcast?
Yeah, about a lot of cases, not just this one. So,
Well, what do you remember about this case?
I mean, I know there's a lot of information out there, but really the only two things I know for sure are that Crystal Rogers is missing, and that people have been arrested for that.
And do you know who's been arrested for that?
I do.
And who's been arrested for that?
As far as well, I think I do.
Okay.
As far as I know, it is the 2 defendants today, and then one other defendant.
Who was that other defendant?
I believe he's related to one of these defendants.
And do you know anything about his case?
No, I don't. I mean, I think I saw the outcome of it online.
So you think you saw the outcome?
No, I know I saw the outcome of it. I'm sorry.
So what do you think the outcome was?
That he was found guilty.
You seem to know a lot about this case.
I do.
Okay. Do you think you could be fair and impartial?
Absolutely. Because like I said, the only 2 things I know for sure are those 2 things. So,
If you were chosen on the jury,
yes,
could you make your decision based solely upon the evidence that's presented in this courtroom?
yes,
Would you disregard everything that you've heard from Shane McAllister's website or Facebook and everything that you've heard on a podcast?
I can't unknow or unhear what I've heard, but I could not weigh that into my decision.
Just have a stand right over there. Have her stand by the door and we'll get back to you real quick. Just you go over
Okay.
there. Thank you, ma'am. Everybody's in agreement? Yes. Miss Wheeler,
Yes.
we're going to decide to go ahead and excuse you so
Okay.
you don't have to come back. You're free
Okay,
to go.
thank
Thank
you.
you. That was number 118. Next.
I know she was 118.
118.
That was 118.
Next.
100.
100. Are you Natalie Simpson?
Yes.
Miss Simpson, where did you get your information about this case?
I've seen stuff over the years on social media news.
When you say on social media, is there somebody that you're following that's posting stuff about this?
There has been, yes.
Who have you been following?
Well, Brennan Green, I think is his name.
So that's, I was understand he's with WBKO?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Who else have you seen things posted about?
That's it. Probably that's it that I can think of. That's the only thing that clearly comes to mind.
Okay. And what have you seen that he's posted?
Just about the trial. Nothing really that just. I don't really read into it. I've just seen, like as I've scrolled, I've seen stuff.
Okay. So you've seen that there was this trial, any other trials?
Yes, the one from a couple of weeks ago, yes.
So there was a trial previously. What do you know about that trial?
Just that he was found guilty. I don't know anything about the details, what his charges were.
You don't know what his charges
No.
were? Do you know any of the evidence that was presented
No.
against him in that case?
No.
Have you got any other information then besides WBKO?
No.
Have you talked to anybody about this case?
No.
If you were chosen as a juror, could you make your decision based solely upon the evidence that's presented in this courtroom? With the fact that there's been a prior trial that you've heard about that somebody was found guilty, would that play any influence in your decision in this case? Let me see if the attorneys have any questions. Yes.
You said I'm sorry, maybe you said you saw things on the news. Do you remember specifically what you saw or what you heard?
No, just about the case from a couple weeks ago that he was found guilty. That's really it. I don't even know what his part was. I don't know anything, honestly.
So I don't anticipate that there'll be any evidence about what happened in that trial.
Okay.
That's just the way the kind of rules work. Do you think that will play a part, knowing you know something that no one else is going to know that might play a part in your decision making?
No. I mean, I don't know anything about it other than he, like, literally all I know is that he was found guilty. I don't know. I didn't read into it or anything.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Be back at 1:30,
Okay.
and they'll help you get on the back side. Come back in the same way you did this morning. Join your any response to that motion? Any?
Just, she really, mentioned what she would make. She said she supporting it, and he was charged. Correct me if I'm wrong.
She didn't know his name. She clearly knew it was connected to this
Yes,
case.
no, but
She didn't know what the charges were.
No, I agree with that. She did not say she knows the charges.
At this time, I'm going to find she's eligible to serve. She said she could be fair and impartial, so and she could just consider the evidence presented in this trial. So we'll move on with that. Who's next?
109.
109. Are you Megan Stinson? Come on up, Miss Stinson. You said you've heard about the case. Where did you get your information from?
I've seen the documentary.
Okay. Somebody's talking next to a microphone. Somebody's talking next to a microphone. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I've seen the documentary called The Disappearance of Crystal Rogers.
Okay. How long was this documentary?
How long did I see it?
How long? Like how? I don't know anything about this documentary. So how long did it last when you watched it?
It was several episodes.
Several
but
episodes.
It's been a few years, so I honestly don't remember how many episodes it was.
Did you watch all the episodes?
We did.
Okay. And did you come up with any opinions when you watched them?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Well, what did you learn from those episodes?
Well, it's like I said, it's been a while. So I remember that there was a car on the side of the road that was abandoned, and then I remember that the body was never found.
Okay.
But I don't remember ever necessarily thinking so and so did it. That's about all.
Do you remember anything else from the podcast? Is that what it's called, a podcast?
No, this was a TV show.
TV show. Okay, it's a TV show.
I've listened to a little bit of a podcast. I heard a couple of interviews with Crystal's mother, and then with Brooks, and that's about it. I haven't listened to the whole podcast.
Have you had any other knowledge besides the podcast and TV show that you watched?
No.
Have you followed anything in the news about this case? If you were chosen as a juror, could you make your decision based solely on the evidence that's presented in this court?
I think I could.
And when you say, I think I could, that's concerning to me.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure you can actually do that. So
Yes, okay.
you say you think, and is it your hesitation based upon what you have seen?
I think it's just my hesitation and my nerves right now. So, I don't know if I could.
I'm gonna make sure if somebody can't tell me, I'm gonna make sure they're not part of the jury process. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and show that you're excused. You may be. Thank you for letting us
Okay,
know that.
thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Next.
Nine, 96.
All right. Is your name Kristen
Sadegi.
Sadegi?
Yeah.
Miss Sadegi, where did you hear about the case?
From family members and then also on Facebook.
Your family members on Facebook. Okay.
Yes.
And the family members, did you all have discussions about this?
A little bit. They recalled from in the past about what happened and gave me their opinions about it.
So what did you learn from the conversations?
Their opinion that they were guilty. They thought.
So you've had conversations with people who thought they were guilty. Would that influence you if you were on the jury?
No, I don't believe so.
You said you don't believe
I
so.
don't think it will.
Okay.
That's their
Think.
opinion, not my
Okay.
opinion.
I know it's not their opinion.
Yeah.
See, I need yes it will or no it won't. If you see what I'm saying, you say I think that
No,
kind
it
of.
won't.
You don't think it will. Okay. So you've read things in the news. Which news was that?
About a previous case that happened about a month ago.
About a month ago. So what happened in that case?
He was found guilty.
You say he. Who was he?
I don't recall his name right off the bat.
Do you know what he was supposedly found guilty of?
Conspiring?
Conspiring to do what?
Murder.
Murder? Okay. Do you know anything else about that case?
No.
See if the attorneys have any questions. Sure. Mr. Miller?
How many family members expressed opinions that you were guilty? Do you know the basis, whether they watch podcasts or news or?
I have no idea where they learned that information.
And where did you learn that someone else was convicted?
On Facebook? Like somebody else?
Yes.
On Facebook. I don't know about that.
I have a question.
I don't think it was done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, Judge. then we're going to show that you're excused at this time. You don't have to come back. Thank you, ma'am, for letting us know. Next.
40.
Are you Nicholas Gum? Mr. Gum, where did you get information about this case?
I've heard of that from a girl that works at the country club that I'm a member of.
A girl that works at the country
Yeah,
club.
she was, one of the bartenders was talking about it. And then, go ahead, Laura.
What does she have to say about the case?
She was just talking about it in general. I think she's like from that area or something, so.
So when she was talking in general, did she give you any specifics about the case?
No.
Who else have you talked to about the case?
Nobody.
Nobody? Have you got any other information from any other source other than this person at the country club?
Just like brief hearsay in general, but I couldn't tell you exactly where I heard it. Remember hearing it from. It's kind of like when the case first started.
Okay, so you remember hearing something about this. Do you remember any of the details of what you heard?
Something about like a father helping somebody move a car or something, and then something about like a ex-deputy or something that was helping with the evidence or something like that. That's about all I remember.
Remember any other details?
That's about all I've got.
Okay. If you were chosen on this jury, could you make your decision based solely upon the evidence that's presented in this court?
Yes, sir.
You can disregard whatever you've heard in these other conversations. That would be no problem?
No.
No problem. Okay. Any questions? Be back at 1:30 in this courtroom.
Goodbye.
1:30. Not going to get out the back. Next.
91.
Come on up. Are you Mr. Rich? Mr. Rich, where did you get some information about this case?
I kept popping up on my social media, Facebook articles, just reading through the comments.
Is this like a news source that put this out? Or are you calling people that are putting this out?
It looked like it was just, I'm not sure. I think it was like an article. I don't know if it was written by an individual or these.
So you saw stuff on Facebook. Did you read these articles?
I did glance through it and just read the comments below.
Okay. What do you remember reading about this case?
They were just talking about, mostly I remember the comments talking about the family needing closure and I don't think they found the body. That's about all I remember.
So you basically said the family needed closure and that you don't think they found the body. Do you remember anything else that you read in those comments?
Not really, no.
Okay. Is there any other source of information that you've received in this case besides what you saw on Facebook you told me about?
No, sir.
If you were chosen on this jury, could you make your decision based solely upon the evidence that's presented in this courtroom?
Yes, sir.
And whatever you read on Facebook would have no bearing on this trial. Would that be correct?
That's correct.
Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Be back up here at 1:30 in this courtroom, okay?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
56.
Ma'am, is it Miss Johnson? Miss Johnson, where did you get information about this case?
I saw it on Impartiality, the documentary.
You saw a documentary, okay? And how long did this documentary, how long did it go on for? Was it an hour, 2 hours, or more? Do you remember how much you watched?
Maybe 2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours? How long ago was it when you watched this?
2 months ago.
2 months ago, okay. What did you learn from that documentary?
Just about Crystal Waters missing, and they were trying to find her body. And then they showed her
So you saw an interview with Bruce. Did you see any other evidence about this case in this documentary that you remember seeing?
No, that's all I can remember.
What led you to watching this documentary?
I just heard people talking about it, so just because I knew it was coming from the area.
So you heard people talking. Where were people talking about this?
At my in-laws' house.
At your in-laws'
Yeah,
house?
because they've been following me since when it happened.
So they've been following at your in-laws' house. Did you, after you watched that, would that interfere with your ability to be fair and impartial in this case? Could you make your decision based solely upon the evidence that's presented in this courtroom? And whatever you saw in that documentary or whatever conversation you had with your husband's family, could you disregard that? Let me see if anybody has any questions. Mr. Young?
So, I don't know what documentary you watched, but think it's possible that things that when you sit in the courtroom and hear evidence, the things in that documentary may bounce back into your head. Do you, does it have rules that keep going or? Okay. Thank you.
You're excused, you may go, you don't have to come back. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
50.
50?
How long till lunch here?
50? Are you Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Mr. Howell, where did you get your information about the case?
I've just heard a little bit from people I know in Anderson County, but that and just the billboard and some news, you just hear little bits and pieces here and there.
So you got some news from somebody in Anderson County. There was a conversation. What was said in that conversation?
Basically, they were just talking a little bit about the character of some of the people involved in this, but
you remember in particular whose character we're talking about
no,
here?
they were just basically saying, there's a lot of hush-hush over there, nobody talking about anything, and that was about it on that. I drive by the billboard all the time. I've got relatives over there, so that's.
So you heard from some information from people in Anderson County. You've ridden by the billboards. Have you got any information from anywhere else?
Not really. I don't have real news. So basically, it's just internet. Whatever I decide to look. I mean, you'll see things on there, but I haven't gone into detail reading any of that.
You've seen articles about
I've seen
the case,
articles
but you didn't
about
read
it,
them.
but I haven't really looked into it. So.
And you're the only one that can answer this. I know you've had conversations with people. Can you make your decision based solely upon the evidence that's presented in this courtroom, and what you've talked about or heard would play no influence in that decision? Can you do that?
I believe so. It's just, that's what I don't really have any evidence that I know. So you have to see the evidence before you can make a decision anyway. So
When you said, I believe so, I'm usually looking for somebody to say, yes, I can do it, or no, I can't.
Yes.
Yes.
I would say yes.
Okay. Any questions?
It's, friends that you said they were in Anderson County, what, are they close friends, or?
It's my daughter-in-law lives in Anderson County. My son lives there.
And you said they said something about the character of people involved?
They were talking about that as far as the, I guess they know some of the people. Basically, it's just a lot of hush-hush going on over there, things like that.
And that was the extent of, I guess, the description of the character. I guess when you say character of somebody.
See, I don't even know what their names are or anything like that, so.
No further questions.
All they said was just people involved, so that's all I know.
Okay.
Sir, be back at 1:30 in this courtroom to help you get out on the backside.
Okay, so.
Come back in the same 1:30.
75.
Sir, what's your name?
Craig.
Okay. And where have you heard information about this case?
I've seen it several times on TV, either from the news or some specials with a news reporter and a policeman that was retired and drove around and had an informant in the jail or something that was talking to him. They were talking about where the body could be and some.
Was this a TV show or a podcast? Or
It was a TV show.
And do you know how long this show lasted for?
It was several episodes.
Several episodes. Okay.
I don't remember what the lady's name was.
Since you've watched, I think everybody's in agreement that you can be excused, so you don't have to come back. So you're good to go. Thank you, sir. Next.
110. It's our last one.
Are you Ralph Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan, what have you, or where did you get your information about this case?
I heard about it during the Rigdon trial. It was a case in Somerset that they moved down here, and I was a jury pool, and I researched that, because the crime was suspected to be Rigdon, but
Well, I appreciate you letting us know that information. You're gonna be excused from this case at this point, so you don't have to come back up. You're finished. They'll help you get on the backside.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Was that the last one?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. Guys, we've got almost a 44-minute lunch break here, and we'll try to make sure we get all the right chips, and we draw from 1, 2, and 3.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you. Court's in recess till 12 or till 1:30.